Howdy. Once again, 5 p.m. on Tuesday, we are live in the green room. This is
That's the Vinny Cam.
This is a Vinny Cam.
People are looking at the Vinny Cam on YouTube.
Oh my goodness, yes.
PANJTV.com.
We are live on YouTube. I'm telling you, this is a great place. And
and here's the guest of honor.
The guest of
arriving
honor
just at the proper moment.
Is that who that is?
Uh-huh.
Ooh, how you doing?
Funny
What's
how
going
that
on,
works.
Dwayne?
Hi.
Hey, Dwayne.
Dwayne making a dramatic entrance here as we have just literally gone on the air a
And
moment
and
ago.
he's out of breath too. That's pretty impressive.
You know, that's the
You
way
know, running up
Dwayne
the
has always
stairs.
come in this place. Out of breath and late.
Exactly.
Well, you know, in life, timing is everything.
Well, I always hate waiting for things, so I always find it's better to come a little late anyway. But I'm never late usually. Didn't I used to always come on time?
Always late.
Always late.
Welcome back, Dwayne.
And
Blood straight in you.
just to make you feel at home.
What are you doing? What are you doing over
What
there?
am I doing? I just.
What
screwed
are
it
you
up
doing
again.
over
You're making some weird noises there, Vinster.
No, that's not me.
He still hasn't figured this out.
No. He's still working. Hey, get your mic a
He's
little
doing,
closer there.
he's doing a fine job.
There you go.
I like it. That's
Ah,
Dwayne.
here you go.
I like it.
That was cool.
That's Dwayne. I like it. That's Dwayne. I like it. That's Dwayne. I like it.
I missed
Hey,
that
love
show,
that.
man. That was an awesome show,
Yeah,
Dwayne.
Dwayne.
Yeah, that was a good time. Can you believe it? I feel like it was the 70s or something. It feels like it was so long ago.
It was. It was 2 years ago.
Isn't that crazy?
Almost 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Can't believe it. Well, you guys have done a great job. It's looking great. The website, everything looks so nice. The archives is what really impressed me. I remember back in the day, we had the list of links. You know, we were
yeah.
like, as long as we had the link up there. And
Yeah,
now
yeah.
you got pictures and stuff. It's really
Yeah.
nice.
We
got
are
on demand.
live right now on YouTube.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, we
Oh,
are.
on YouTube, on video.
Yes.
Oh, cool. How you doing?
We have that
That's right.
capability, yes.
Awesome.
So, yes, indeed.
So who's watching on YouTube? We have viewers and stuff on YouTube.
Well, hope so.
Wow.
I guess we'll find out.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Depends on how many complaints we get.
Now, we met before, but what's your name?
Rodney Warner.
Rodney Warner. And when's your birthday?
In January.
January. Capricorn? Aquarius.
I'm kind of in between.
Cuspy.
I'm very cuspy.
All right. And I know Rob's a Scorpio.
Oh, yes.
Vinny's a Gemini. And who's that over there?
That's Mark.
That's Mark.
Hey, Mark. I'm Dwayne. Nice
He
to meet
is
you.
our YouTube director.
He's our
cool.
YouTube guru.
When's your birthday, Mark? A Taurus. Perfectionist. Cool.
Oh, that explains a lot about Mark.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he is a
Oh, yeah.
perfectionist.
They don't like things to not be perfect. It really eats them alive. But then they like to really, they're not like stodgy. They love to enjoy life like to the fullest, almost to a fault sometimes. They have to get, he looks like a guy who's maybe in his early mid-20s.
Oh, he's so young. He's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
so you got a few more years to just let loose, and then it'll naturally go away. It's usually
It wears off. Is
a
there-
woman will either take it from you, or you will gladly give it to somebody.
That works like that sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what are you up to, Mr. Dunlevy?
Well, I'm up to a lot of stuff. I work, believe it or not now, I'm a marketing director at a remodeling company, which is an amazing remodeling company in Bucks County. And I'm the administrator of the structural engineering firm that I started at when I was here. That's why I ended up having to ultimately not be involved here so much, because I
Time was
got
short.
this great job. And yeah. So started working with them. And then this remodeling company bought us, the three of us, worked it into a separate business, and now I've been able to do all kinds of stuff. I brought some, the YouTube people
Yeah,
can
that's right.
see
Show it to the camera.
some of the stuff that I have done, which we've done books, all kinds of great stuff and amazing marketing stuff, and it's really fun. And the owner is really cool.
Where's the cupcakes?
What's that?
Where's the cupcakes?
Cupcakes?
You used to bring cupcakes and
Oh,
donuts.
donuts and stuff?
my
Yeah, well, I'm on a little diet. I'm saving up a couple days for this week and then for
Thursdays,
Christmas.
Thursday, that's it, right? And you're going to go
I'm
crazy on
scared.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I'm
All bets
scared I'm
are
going to go
off.
crazy.
Yeah,
It's a lot of food. It's too much food.
it is.
It's not
You know what
right.
you do? You drink a lot of water.
Well,
before.
that's a key, I think.
Before
yeah.
dinner?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to do that just in general, just more water.
That's right.
Well, it's the whole reason I believe in astrology.
Because of water?
Yes, absolutely. Because I believe astrology is not mystical. I think it's more scientific. And the reason is our bodies are 70% water about. The earth, 70% water. All of the water on earth is affected the exact same way by the movement of the moon and the planets. We know that. It causes the tides. So how could we, as a sack of water in a sack of water over 9 months, not be affected by 9 months of the movement of those planets and the moon? You know,
And we are.
I agree.
We are made of star stuff, so it.
Oh,
it
yeah.
is-
And we return to star stuff.
yeah. Well,
When we
almost.
leave this earth-
Whether we want to or not, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever read the book, The Afterlife of Billy Fingers?
No.
Yeah. Why do you laugh?
It sounds like it could be a Broadway.
Sounds like you made it
Afterlife-
up.
Billy Fingers.
Billy Fingers.
Billy Fingers.
Yeah.
Something Hugh Jackman
a
would be
really
in or
interesting
something.
book. You would like this book.
So is this
Yeah.
fiction or
it's,
nonfiction? Was there
it's
really a
supposed to
Billy
be
Fingers?
real.
Wow.
Was he like a pickpocket or what?
Well,
did
he was
Billy
a lot of
Fingers
things.
do?
A drunk, an alcoholic. He did a lot of things, and he lived far away from his sister.
I was going to say he
And,
sounds like a good guest for the show.
And
Yeah. Sounds like he might play piano too or something.
exactly.
are you going to let me finish the story?
No, we're going to mock you the whole time.
Only
Okay.
if we have to. Vinny.
All right. Well, the story goes. I'm going to shorten it for you. He dies. His sister loves him so much, but she hasn't seen him in so long, feels guilty that he died. And he comes to her at night and gets her up out of bed and tells her to start writing. And she wrote this book. And some of the stuff is really outrageous, and really cool for an idea of what happens. And he keeps saying at different stages, every time he meets her again, she goes, what's going on? Where are you? What I want to know, and he goes, well, I'm over here and over here. And then he says, I'm looking around and I'm a star, And I said, that sounds really far out because there's billions of stars. How many people have died the planet? There's billions of stars out there.
Absolutely.
So it's a possibility.
I was just talking, I swear to you, an hour ago with my coworker about how after watching someone die of cancer, which I have now, you see this person happened to be a big man who a lot of people looked up to and kind of stuff, and then watching his a year-long battle and then demise at the end, a 72-year-old man was there curled in a ball, and his son was pouring just a little bit of water into his mouth and stuff, just like a little baby, and it was unbelievable to make that realization, and then to think about, people my age. I'm going to be 41 in a couple weeks. I know, right? And I feel 65,
kid.
so that's
Over the
really
hill.
good.
It's a kid.
But over the hill, I don't know where
my
I
age,
am.
A lot of people are like, oh, well, I feel good about myself. I got this job. I look great. I have this. I have that. The best outcome is that you get old. So we're hurtling towards just being an older person. So a lot of people are fighting it. I choose to embrace it and love it because I think I'm going there anyway. So I'm getting used to the pain now. I'm getting used to the creaks and the not wanting to get out of bed and all that stuff. And I'm fine with it. A little extra poundage. Who cares? I know 80-year-olds that would kill to have some weight.
Right.
They're trying constantly to put weight on and they can't. I hang out with a lot of old people. My mom lives in the place, so they teach me all kinds of stuff.
It gives you perspective.
It really does. That's the key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely perspective is necessary in this life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Especially every time you turn around, somebody's got this, or someone has this terminal illness, or hit it by a car. You can't even control it now.
No. You never
know?
could.
No, you never
That's
could.
the thing.
Hit by an election.
Yeah, exactly. All sense of security is a false sense of security, I believe.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because nothing is black and white.
Nope.
There
Not in
are
this
no
world.
guarantees.
Although everything is black and white, which
Well-
means it's all duality. It's all up and down and all around, but never never stable, never permanent.
Never stable.
permanent.
Even Cosby right now. Like everybody hated Cosby. Now they're putting him back on TV. They're putting the Cosby Show back on and said, I
Really?
never thought that would have happened.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
everybody's so wishy-washy.
He's not being boycotted because of the
It's on
No.
all of that sexual stuff.
it's gonna be on the sexual offender channel.
I mean, not
Yeah,
that I know.
the sex offender channel.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think what's his name? Donald Trump is doing a special cameo there.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Grab the P.
Yeah, right? Are you not
The
allowed
Grab
to
the P
say
show.
the P word?
Yes, you can. I just didn't feel like it.
Well, I think since the president says it, you can say it.
All right,
what
pussy.
I'm saying grab life by the pussy because Trump. The one good thing about Trump
I have
being
better
president
sense than he does when it comes
is
to
that
that.
we can do and say anything we want now, and nothing is as bad as what the president
That's
has
right.
said or done.
and that's the only good thing. So
Right? Well, yeah.
far,
I choose
that's
to look
so
at the
true.
whatever the
Well,
bright
now wait a
side
minute. Now
is.
I heard that the stock market hit
the
19,000
stock market
today.
is doing very well.
So
biggest
there's a
in
good thing.
history.
The rich people are getting a lot richer.
The highest in history.
Well, that's,
They're like anticipating more income coming their way.
Isn't
well,
that crazy?
God
Yeah.
bless him.
Well,
God bless him.
That's what's going on, you know. This karma. There's karma going on here.
And it's all
The
good.
rich are getting richer. I don't know what kind of karma that is.
Well, you
but-
know why? Because they figured out how to get rich first, and then they just have to keep getting richer. So that's the key. But what I find is a lot of people that are rich monetarily are friggin' miserable.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, really miserable.
Right, because their priorities are in the wrong place.
And they have nothing to aspire to anymore. Anything they want, they can have at the snap of a finger.
Right.
And so what is there to live for? You know, I'd rather be poor. Not poor, but I get to pay my bills and have just a little extra where I have to choose maybe 2 or 3 things I have to do. That's not the worst thing in the world to have to do, you know? But I'd rather be with all the rest of the poor people than the 1% who nobody likes them anyway, and they can never understand if people like them for their money or themselves.
You know, I'd be willing to give that a try for a little while. But
As long as you have love and health, that's
Exactly.
really all you,
You know-
need, and there's no price for
Right. And then if richness comes, you know, hopefully not fame because fame is not fun, but if richness comes to you, then that's fine.
you know,
it. I don't know. Vinny's pretty famous, and he's having a good time.
Life is
Yeah, well,
good,
look at him. I mean, those eyes. I mean,
you know, I have to say, where I went to college, you know, the guys I knew, by far, the people who were the most screwed up had the most money. It was It was almost a rule. You could figure out whoever had the worst drug habits, whoever were the most disconnected, they had the most money. It was so, you know, when I hear about people going to like exclusive high schools or really rich colleges, I'm thinking, okay, well, have a good time. You know,
Yeah,
that
it's real.
might not be the healthiest environment you want your kid in.
did you
know?
see the Kanye West story this morning where he did all this stuff and threw his microphone down and everything? And there's a lot of paying people there. So they go and they cut to the interviews of the people that were in the show. And I'm expecting we're going to see, you know, some like, I don't know, young people with like hip clothes on and stuff. Maybe mid-30s, white women and men, you know, like, we don't know why he didn't do the show, and we don't know why he didn't go. And I'm like, there's no black people there? Like, and couldn't they get one from each race maybe or something like that? They kept with like 3 or 4 interviews of just, you know, 28 to 38-year-old
Now, where was this?
white men and women.
Where was
Maybe
this?
it's-
Kanye West's concert in New York, I think Madison Square
Didn't he
Garden.
have a problem with Jay-Z recently?
That was one of the things. He was screaming.
I thought that he dropped the tour after that.
Yeah, he did. He
did.
said, "Don't
Okay.
please don't send your guys for my head or something like that. Like I know you have killers or something." It's just crazy. I
Maybe-
mean, but he makes for good news.
Maybe it was only white people could afford to see the show, so maybe that was why.
Maybe you never know. And then here he's screaming that he is.
Yeah, he went like on a 17-minute rant.
Yeah.
You know, he's not in a good place.
You know what's weird though?
He
He's
never-
a
he
Gemini.
never has
But you
been,
know,
really.
being involved in the Kardashian family.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if that's not going to screw you
Kardashian?
up, if,
Cardiac.
if that's not
Shin
going to
family?
screw you up, then nothing will.
Well, you know what's weird? Kanye is a Gemini. I mean, so is Vinny, but he's a little different. But Kanye and also
I don't think so.
Trump they're both and they have very similar kind of situations happening all the time. They're just like kind of spew everything out all the time, and they just don't even care. It's
This
such
is
an interesting-
fascinating. You know, we should analyze all of his cabinet picks based on their horoscope.
astrological
Astrology.
sign. That would be great.
Wow.
Yeah.
In fact, it's so
I've never
funny.
heard that. That's
That-
a new one.
that would be
and
so
you,
funny.
you have it on your fingertips. All we need is the dates.
Yeah, all I need are the dates.
And he'll be like, oh, I know this guy's like this and this
Yeah.
guy's like that.
That's what we should do. I
Yeah.
would love to do that. An astrological forecast of the cabinet.
Yeah, we could say you need to put more Capricorns in the cabinet.
Well, that would be very helpful because Capricorns are great with numbers. They love to watch things grow. You know, they're family people, traditional, but they still like to be shocking at times. Howard Stern is a Capricorn.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So, and
Very
Meghan
cool.
Trainor.
I think my
and-
son's an Aquarius. Is that possible? January?
Yeah, I
end of
think you're
January?
right. January, end of January,
he's-
Aquarius. So he's really smart. He's
Really
beyond
smart
his years.
and very creative, and he
Right.
never gives up.
But the weaknesses for Aquarius is that they tend to like status. Like they like status symbols. They like status groups, environments. They like to be in the top kind of area, and they like to have beautiful things and stuff. So sometimes that can work against you, you know. But they
Yes.
tend to be really their biggest problem, Aquarians, is that they have to learn to not tell people what will help them unless they ask for it. Of course, but people don't want to hear. Even when you have a good idea or something that they should do to make their lives better,
Right.
they don't want to hear it.
Right.
You know, so
That's how Trump got elected. I was telling people what they should vote for Bernie, and nobody listened to me. They
Yeah.
voted for Trump.
right. You got Trump elected, you know, as a secondary.
Yeah, that's a byproduct of my suggestions.
But don't you find that like people don't want to know, like unless you say to them, what was your advice on this certain situation? But if you're just like, listen, your life would be so much better if you just did this, this, and this. They're like, please leave me alone. I don't want to hear that. You know, and it could be the best information they've ever gotten, but they just don't want to hear it.
That's possible. That is possible. I solicit opinion. I do solicit opinion, but then then if I don't do it, then they're pissed off. They're like, "Wait a minute! I told you to do it this way."
Well, yeah,
I
and-
took it under advisement.
Anybody that takes it beyond your decision, then that's their own problem, you know, because
right.
it's your decision ultimately, even if somebody gives you advice.
Right.
And you can be open to it.
You know, it's one of the things I've learned being married for almost 25 years is,
Oh my God.
is that, you know, when your wife asks you for advice, you need to tell her what she already knows and what she already thinks. Because if you tell her something else, you're just wasting your time. You're just there to confirm her beliefs. It's like, well, what do you think? Blah, blah.
Do I look fat in this dress, you mean?
No.
When's her birthday?
What's the right answer to that?
She's Scorpio?
September.
You
Oh,
look
Virgo.
wonderful in that dress, baby.
Yeah, you're damned if you do, and
It's
you're
like,
damned if you
do
don't.
you think we should do this?
I went out and he said I looked good.
I said, yes, I think we should do this. No, I don't think we should do this. Well, why did you ask me? I don't understand.
Should I wear the red one? Yes. I didn't want you to say that.
Yeah, I'm going with the blue.
But I don't like that one.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm a homosexual. I mean, really. I love
That's why,
sleeping
right?
You
with
can
women,
get
but I
married.
just can't deal with
You
them
can get
anymore.
married,
I
too.
gave up women, and I said, that's it. Just men now.
Just friendships.
Just because I hate
Because you have a lot of
couldn't deal.
female
Yeah.
friends, obviously.
Oh, friends.
Yeah, friends are a
I
whole
do their
different
hair and
ballgame.
makeup. We have sleepovers. We
Yeah.
play Barbies. We bake.
It's all good.
Baking is good. I like baking.
Yeah, that's another interesting thing. I mean, now I'm the only gay person now where I work, and I love it. I used to work with all gay people.
That's what
and
I
that
was thinking,
rough.
yeah.
Was it
I
like
mean-
really stressful?
Oh, I am so not. I don't like my own people, or being around huge herds of them for very long periods of time. But so now, being the only gay guy with a lot of straight guys, there's this weird thing which I haven't experienced since probably elementary or high school, but it's shown itself again, and it's been really interesting. So we did this thing the other night. My boss took us to Escape the Room in Philly. So what you do is you go in this room, they lock you in. You have two teams. We had two teams of like 8 people each. Lock you in a room, and you have clues and things. And if you're not getting a clue or something, there's a video, and there's a time limit. You have a clock, and you're trying to find keys and locks and stuff. So we all did great. We actually, my team won. The 8 of us, we got out of the room. And then when we left and went out to dinner and all this kind of stuff, all night, all these straight guys, it's always this, making fun of this or whatever. But they start to see things. They're like, oh, this guy, do you think this guy's gay because of the way his hands move? Or would this guy be gay because his voice is a certain way or walks a certain way? And I'm just like, do you hear yourself? Like, not only have I met the gayest people on earth that you would think are gay beyond belief are not. There's this guy, Chris Chrisley. Chrisley Knows Best on TV. You totally think this guy was a homosexual, nice house, all this stuff. He has a wife and 3 kids, and that's it. But
It's called metrosexual, isn't it?
Metrosexual probably
Yeah.
would be the best.
Yeah, straight guys that care if their hair's combed properly,
Exactly.
and if they have groomed properly, and
we
all of
do
that.
have this-
Metrosexuals.
We do
knew
have these
many,
thoughts,
many people like that.
Yeah.
That are not
they were
gay.
so groomed. Right, they
Right.
weren't gay. They're very groomed.
Yeah.
And just everything's in place. And
You don't have to be a slob to be a straight guy.
No, but then I've met guys, and I love these guys because these guys are gay, but you would never know it. They could sit in a Republican, sauna meeting, and no one would think twice. And I love
They
that.
wouldn't get an erection?
Well, you never know. They might be that.
That's how they get
strong.
away with sitting in the sauna?
Well, I like where this is going, but
I don't know. You said they could sit in a sauna. Who has a meeting in
well,
the
I just meant
sauna
it would be here's
with a bunch of guys
situation where
where you wouldn't get tipped off that the guy's gay? I mean, it's the only thing I can think of.
He's not sitting there
well,
masturbating. He's in the
It's in
conversation too.
Well, what if you're selling saunas? That would be a good spot.
Yeah,
then you're
that's
wearing a
what I
suit
was
and
thinking.
tie.
Yeah.
now,
Sitting there in a blanket.
You
know,
got
I
to
have-
understand,
have to-
Rob takes everything to a sexual point here.
Yeah. Well, he's a Scorpio.
I'm a
He
Scorpio.
can't help it.
Thank you.
They're ruled by the genitals.
He can hide behind that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
can you really? That's quite impressive. It's so big it can hide behind it.
That's right.
If the camera angle's
know-
just right.
Depending on the lighting, it casts its own shadow.
Yeah. Well, and that means 6 more weeks of winter, right? If Rob's penis sees its
That's
own
true.
shadow
That's true.
at the end of August,
When is that? That's mid-February when I checked that out.
That's right.
Yeah?
we got 2 good things from this so far. We're doing astrological cabinet predictions and Rob's penis's shadow depicting our
Right. 6 more
future
weeks
weather.
of winter. Yeah?
Now that we've
It's
got
easier to handle than a
cameras,
groundhog, I'll tell you that.
That's true.
I think that would
Now
be
we're
a
on
great.
We'll still call it the groundhog.
But that would be a great event. I think the ratings would be really good.
I think the ratings would be terrible. I think we're going to keep it in the box.
Let's keep it in the pants.
Keep it in the burrow.
Yeah,
That's right. So whenever anybody is around Rob and somebody says Punxsutawney Phil, you know what they're talking about. So.
Yeah.
I know. You've ruined it for me now.
Meanwhile, all this is great for him because he's really hung like a hamster.
Well,
So he's
right.
like, "This is
I was going to
great."
say his ego's bigger than his. Right?
I did not bring this. Let's rewind the tape. I'm not the one that started this
Let's go
association.
to the
No, I
video
can tell
tape.
you're well endowed because of your nose, obviously.
Never heard that. I thought the hands maybe. But
Well,
the,
it's
the
lots
nose?
of different things.
That's
but
how you can
the
tell.
I'm
nose is
sure
the
it's a
first.
lot.
Yeah.
I thought it was the
I'm
feet.
sure it's a very.
it
It's
was
the feet. It's
Maybe
the
this
nose.
is a good
was
time
the
to bring up
feet.
self-testicle exams for men because really everybody should be doing it.
That's what happens at those meetings in the sauna.
Best AA meeting ever.
When I was in college, one of my favorite shows was Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Oh, me too, man.
And it was just, and I remember it's like
Oh
a
my
Saturday
gosh,
morning.
oh,
I'm kind of hungover. Pee-wee's Playhouse is on, and he looks straight at the camera. He says, "You know what they say about guys with big feet?" And I'm like, "It's Saturday morning." He goes, "They need big shoes."
This is where
Pee-wee's.
Donald Trump got the hand association. I guess he was a Pee Wee fan.
If you're not friends with Pee Wee Herman on Facebook, you should be because he posts some really hysterical, great stuff. He's a Virgo.
Is he still using Pee Wee Herman?
Yes, of course. He's got the same outfit. and everything.
Yeah, but he's been
Get
in
the
a couple
hell
things.
He hasn't
recently.
changed a
yeah.
bit.
He's
He just looks
done-
like he's 75 now, but he's wearing the same outfit, same makeup, everything.
Unbelievable.
I know.
Yeah, you go with
Can
something.
you do it?
Go with what you know, right?
Well, I don't know. Who's that? No, that's Captain Caveman. I forget. How does Pee Wee talk?
like that.
Hi, boys and girls. Something like that, right?
Yeah.
That was pretty close.
Yeah. Welcome to Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Yeah.
I know you are, but what am I? Something like that, right? That was kind of Edith Ann.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Well,
Lily Tomlin. We're going back
Lily
to the
Tomlin.
70s
Oh,
now.
Lily's good. Lily's good.
Hey, if you guys do you guys watch Netflix and
One
Hulu and
ringy
stuff?
dingy.
Yeah, that was so funny back in the 80s,
Yeah,
wasn't
that
it?
was
And then
so-
you see it again, and you're like, "What the hell was everybody?"
Why
like,
did we think that was so funny?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so funny. The Dick Cavett show is on Hulu, all the episodes, and they cut them down by kind of like sports figures, political figures, and so it's through the 60s and through to the mid 70s. And there's some really amazing people on there that he sits for a whole hour, not one, I mean, maybe one or two commercial breaks, but in Hulu, they don't show you the commercial. It goes black and then it comes right back on. And you don't see this anymore. I mean, now you do kind of Chelsea Handler's kind of doing that, like sitting with people for a long time and just being, and she can say the F word and everything. She has her dog there. It's great. But Dick Cavett, who it wasn't real funny, I don't think, now that you look at him now, but everybody's always laughing at him. But he has some really, he even has Cosby on. He has John Lennon and Yoko Ono, and they perform. He has Chisholm, that woman Chisholm in the 70s, black woman, Shirley Chisholm. And she's really funny and cool lady, and she's just
Wasn't
really.
she a politician?
She was a politician.
She was
She
the
was a
first
congresswoman,
woman,
I think.
black congresswoman, I think, or something, 1972. But you should
Dick Cavett
see.
show.
You can watch it endlessly. You just keep going, episode after episode. You're like, I can't believe these people. George H.
You know what show I like
when
to
he was
watch?
like 40.
Hogan's Heroes. You ever watch
Oh
it?
yeah, we were just talking
That
about that.
show
the
was
other
such a
day.
classic. I mean, it was hilarious. They made so much fun. Did you know that both of the principal German guys were both Jewish?
Oh really? I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
I mean, it was.
They looked
such,
it.
It was such
At
a
least,
joke on the whole.
not
Nazi-
Schultz. The other guy looked Jewish.
Yeah.
Schultz, I just found out the other day, committed suicide.
He did?
Soon after Hogan's Heroes closed.
Wasn't it the Hogan? Hogan
hate to
was
hear
Hogan.
that.
Didn't Hogan?
Bob Crane.
Yeah, but-
Banner?
had
Bob
a very,
Crane.
He had a very
Bob Crane was murdered.
unfortunate ending.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
for sex tapes.
I think he was found in possession of child pornography.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
That was the lead character.
Yeah, that was Bob Crane. That was the actor.
And then so I just heard
That
the
was
other day,
Hogan.
the German guy. I guess it
Werner
was
Klemperer
Schultz.
was the bald.
Werner Klemperer,
Yeah, that guy killed
He
himself
was-
too. I think
He was the
He
commandant.
killed himself too.
That's what I heard the other day.
Oh, my
That's what I
God.
thought. Was it like a curse of
I
the
love
Hogan's
all
Heroes?
these.
This is such a happy show.
I know, it really was.
And they all killed themselves after it was canceled.
Well, hey, they didn't have to deal with this election, so who's really worse off?
That's
Us
right.
or them?
Oh my gosh. Oh my god. What was the
Little
other?
controversy will never hurt.
Schultz, and what was the captain? Captain
Clink.
Clink.
Captain
That's
Clink.
it. Clink.
Wow.
He didn't kill himself, did he?
That's what we just said. Werner Klemperer.
No.
Well, you know, we're
the
gonna
other
s-
guy. You
Werner
said-
Klemperer
Yeah,
played
no,
Clink.
he was killed in an Irish dancing act. He was knocked down and then stomped to death by 30 Irish girls.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Of course, it's true.
It was blood and guts
true?
everywhere. It was
Yeah, that was the
horrible.
last episode.
right.
Yeah.
We're on the internet. It must be true.
Yeah. Well, I did research that one.
Wow.
So
It's that website, famoushogansheroessuicides.com.
Whatever happened to them?
Oh, you know who I was just the other day? I said, whatever happened to Christy McNichol?
And
Oh,
we'll
we have a
find out
commercial,
after the break.
and you'll find out in a
We
few
have
minutes.
to go back. We'll be back in a little bit with a little more fun with the crew here today. This is a great crew. We've been together for a long time.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be right back.
Sweet embraces, love and love and love. People before.
Penn East can't avoid the truth anymore, no matter what their advertising says.
The pipeline is bad for New Jersey, bad for our economy, bad for our environment.
An independent watchdog agency says there's no need for this pipeline. They called it unfair to consumers, an effort to jack up profits.
New Jersey's Department of Environmental Protection said Penn East has not provided enough information on environmental impacts, like how they would cross dozens of pristine streams without damaging water quality.
And the US EPA said the project would have significant impacts, especially the risk of spreading arsenic in our drinking water.
The Penn East pipeline threatens our water and our wallets. Truth is, it's bad for everyone.
Make your voice heard today. Tell the owners of Penn East, PSEG, New Jersey Resources, and South Jersey Industries to stop the pipeline.
Go to rethinkenergynj.org to find out more. That's rethinkenergynj.org.
Hey, I'm Deirdre Anderson with Delish Catering,
And I'm Laura Mangone from Chambers Walk Cafe and Catering.
and we'd like you to join us on Food for Thought, where what do we talk about, Laura? We talk about restaurants, we talk about
Pet
recipes,
peeves,
pet
food.
peeves, bitchy hostesses,
All sorts of food-related items.
all sorts of
Tune
food
in.
stuff, and sometimes not so much food stuff. We go off on segues, but we have a lot of fun, don't we?
Absolutely.
So join us on Food for Thought.
PANJradio.com, 1 o'clock weekdays.
Your business only gets one chance to make a first impression. That's why Green Birdie Productions offers free re-edits on every high-definition video we create. Our Emmy Award-winning staff and green screen special effects studio guarantee the quality we strive for. It's no wonder most of our business comes from referrals. Green Birdie Productions. Compelling video, competitive price.
Hi, this is Bernie Wagenblast, and hopefully Vinny V is not stuck in traffic right now and will be able to do his show in the green room here on PANJradio.com. You'll find all sorts of interesting things that are going on in New Jersey and in Pennsylvania. So tune in to Vinny V and In the Green Room.
Hey, this is Danny Coleman, the host of Rock On Radio, and I'm thrilled to be coming to my new home right here on PANJradio.com from Lambertville, New Jersey, where you'll hear the best of indie artists every Sunday night, 7 p.m., starting on November 27th. I'm excited. You should be too. Rock on.
And we are back in the green room. We're having a really good time today.
I'm really excited that Rock On Radio is starting on Sunday.
Yeah.
It's going to be
gonna
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, the show's syndicated in 6 markets besides ours.
Really?
Yeah, so it's going to be our big show.
Rock On
Radio with Danny Coleman.
Cool.
Yep, 7 to 9 p.m. on Sundays.
What's the theme?
It's basically just like Judy's show. Judy Marchand has a show where she interviews indie musicians. And he also interviews indie musicians, but, he's got a much bigger throw.
Yeah.
And, probably
And they perform, or they
arguably
just-
bigger stars,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, and he knows a lot of people, Hall & Oates, and, he actually has people call in, who are
Wow, that's
established groups. Yeah.
Awesome.
So, yeah, it's going to be nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
be a
this
good
is
show.
the time of year when people are going to be home, they want to chill. That's what I do.
Chill out.
Especially podcasts and things. Recently, I've been really loving all these podcasts, and, people are getting into it. Even older
it's
people,
a lot,
people where
a
my
lot
mom
of
lives,
people, yeah.
they're starting to understand how Wi-Fi works.
Right.
And, it's very exciting.
It is. It's a great venue.
Let's try to get the millennials to listen. That's the problem.
Yeah, well.
Because they have an attention span of about 15 seconds.
Yeah, well, you need controversial. You need very transparent and truthful, hard hitting, they love Chelsea Handler. They love that kind of thing.
You need reality TV.
Yeah, you need somebody who's doing some controversial stuff, which is good. But you always have to be careful. You never want to.
Maybe we could do the show naked. Maybe that would help.
We can
that
do
would
Like
be
Naked News, they have that in Russia.
We
and
couldn't do that
South
before,
America.
but we can
News,
do it now.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
actually,
I'll
we
bring
could
the
do it.
olive oil.
They have the hot anchor stripping while she's giving the news. Everybody watches it.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
people love that.
People
Well,
are tuned
people
in.
love to see naked people, and I don't think it's even perverted at all. I think we are so interested in ourselves and what we're about that we just like to look at.
Absolutely.
It's not like you want to
Absolutely.
just bang everybody who's naked.
No, I think it's just a beautiful thing.
No, but they have
It's
to
a
be good
sense-
looking, men and women.
No, it doesn't.
Well, yeah, no, it doesn't even. I don't mind looking at naked, ugly people either
You
because they're
don't?
really fascinating. I love people that are just classically ugly.
People are people.
Then he's like, hey,
Yeah,
Let it all hang out.
Let it all hang.
yeah,
That's right.
Well, and as soon as you go into one of those places,
609-460-4673. Call in and
if you
let
think
us
we should
know.
all get naked on
That's
YouTube
right.
right now,
That's right.
give us a call.
We
I went
are
to the
on
nudist beach
YouTube.
in Miami this summer, and that was cool.
Oh, in the Neggy Beach, yeah.
Yeah.
I like. There is one on Miami.
Oh yeah, North Miami, and it is. You can't imagine. Men, women, gay, straight, black,
I can't
white,
imagine. Yeah.
couples, families, little kids. Everybody's just naked. So
It's
after
great.
about 40 seconds, you're like, okay, there's nothing weird about me. And then you go in and out of this constant, oh my God, I look horrible. What are they thinking? And then you're looking at other people and you're like, my God, that guy's like 500 pounds. In fact, I saw the first time ever saw a penis the way that this Samoan guy had. And I couldn't believe it. I thought, wow, I never knew that, maybe there were all different kinds of penises.
It was sideways,
I'm not
right?
that big of a
It didn't look like a
skank, but
normal
I've seen
penis?
them all,
What was different about it?
It was very
Looked like a coconut?
No, it was short and had a flat kind of end. It was purple. If that's not different
Come
enough.
on.
No, I'm saying.
Again, one of these stories from Dwayne.
This may be your millennial
Dwayne.
show right here.
Welcome to the Naked Samoan. Today's guest.
Oh Lord,
Wow, purple, huh?
Well, it's scientific. Even like if I see women's parts, like I said before, you just like to look at that. I'm just a
You just grab 'em.
scientific person.
Right.
Some
No,
gay
I-
people are
I-
really disgusted by the vaginas.
I completely. Oh no. Well,
He said gay men are.
completely
yeah, gay
find,
men. No,
you
gay
know,
men.
Gay men.
Yeah,
Oh,
gay
okay.
men are like, I don't even want to look at it. I don't even want to know that it exists.
Really?
And it's
Really?
like a mother thing. It's almost like I don't want to,
Yeah. Yeah.
But me, on the other hand, I like the scientific aspect of it. Like,
it's
what is
incredible.
it? Why is
You can name all the parts.
that way?
It's all good. It's
Yeah,
all good.
yeah, I can name all the parts.
Maybe you should have gone into medicine. I mean, you think of all the bodies you could have.
I would have. I
examined.
have a very short attention span, so the 10 years of school, would have been done in a month, probably. I was too busy, feeling around my girlfriends. I really did.
Pussy? Is that what you're-
Yeah. Go grab life by the pussy.
Okay,
Mr. Trump.
Donald.
Grab life by the pussy. That's what
That'd be a good T-shirt.
That is.
I think it really should be. I mean, it's my
they're
new
Grab
available.
life by the pussy! Exclamation point.
Exactly.
And they're available now at panjradio.com.
We could come up with a whole series of interesting T-shirts. PANJ Radio T-shirts.
Absolutely.
If you subscribe now, you'll get this free Grab Life by the Pussy T-shirt.
Of course, you could have the whole line of women's underwear that says that. Too.
Absolutely.
They probably have invented that already.
I think there's all kinds of avenues.
Victoria's Secrets? Who knows?
Yeah.
It's a secret.
No secrets anymore.
No secrets.
No, she doesn't have any secrets.
Or if you had a pet store, you could name it that too.
Grab Life by the Pussy, and then
Exactly.
only they
With
said
a
they
little
only
kitty
sell
cat
cats.
face.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, a
Only
little double
cats.
entendre.
Yeah,
But the front
absolutely.
door could have like a boa around it.
There you go.
In like a brown blackish color, and you walk in, and that's where you get your cat. Right? Like a festive theme.
I guess.
I can hear radios turning off in the Midwest right now.
Oh,
Click.
in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Well, this is, I'm telling you,
Red
this
states.
is the
The red
millennial
states are
show.
turning the show off.
Oh, that's true. I guess
Yeah.
the red.
But
Well, let's say something that
making
they'll
fun
like
of their
then.
man,
Let's
you know, their
well, no,
guy.
I love. Let me tell you, I love everybody.
You love the
even
Donald?
my enemies. I love Donald. I think he's a great guy. Gemini. He's got a lot going on.
No, he's a Gemini.
Yeah.
How about Pence? What sign is he?
Pence?
Do you know that?
Actually, I don't.
I'll have to look into that.
I'm
What would you
kind
guess?
Of in
What would you
denial
guess?
about
We can.
Pence.
You could probably look him
we
up.
could test you.
I would say
like Karnak.
He might be a. I'm gonna say Pence might be a
Prick.
Look it up. Look it up.
I'm trying to do that right now.
Prick.
Aries. I'm gonna say Aries.
Because he's an airhead.
No, because Aries is like the militant sign. Hitler was an Aries. Not that I'm saying Pence and Hitler, I don't think that they're the same. But an Aries kind of quality is a military kind of thing, a very, if you're not with me, you're against me kind of thing. But they don't let you see it. But they also have good taste. They like the color red.
He's always
That
looking
makes
very,
sense.
very well put together.
Yeah,
Suit
and they're
tie.
ruled by the head. He may have a lot of headaches if he's an Aries.
What'd you think about the Hamilton thing? I mean, you're a performer.
Well, I think, as a performer, I think that that whole thing was great. I mean, Trump seems to think it was really, really rude.
Right.
Pence said he didn't care either way. He didn't know if it was the right place to do it.
Right.
But I think a stage is a stage. The show was over. And normally they'll stand there and say something like, thank you all for coming. We've loved this run of this show. We've been working so hard.
Right.
So they decided last minute, let's write something to say to this man who's now in power.
And they got his attention.
They got his attention.
So
and
that's a great place to do it.
yeah, and it's funny because actually Trump saying that he thought it was kept it out there longer now.
See, yeah, right.
So,
but that's what he does.
Well, they want to
everything.
boycott
Yeah.
He does
the
that
show.
all the time.
Oh, well, that's ridiculous.
And I know people who've been trying to get tickets forever, and they're like,
Right.
yeah, that'd be great. I'll take the tickets.
That's
If you
gonna double
boycott
the
the show,
price
I
of
would
the
like the
tickets.
tickets.
Yeah.
Please. Thank
The
you.
price will be doubled.
There's no such thing as bad publicity.
No, it's all good. That's why these people, when they do something crazy, but see, I think, this is my personal opinion about Trump. One, I don't think he decided that he was going to win. I think he did it because
I think he was as shocked as everybody.
He's like, I'll give it a shot, tell everybody how I feel, and then go back to my show when I'm done and building
right.
whatever and doing whatever.
Exactly.
Start my new network.
Yeah, and then he hit on what a lot of people, obviously, in this country, in the center of the country, feel as working class people and living their lives, which, I find it's a virtue, but it's important, I think, to put yourself in other people's places so that you can perceive where they're coming from.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I don't think those people are saying kill everybody, get rid of everybody. I think they're saying basically we want to know what's happening. And that's what everybody's really saying in one way or another. It all boils down to people just want to know what the government is about, what they're doing, and why they're doing it. As it is now, it seems like everything is a big secret. It's like, who knew how anything worked before?
Well, it's still a secret. I mean,
it's still
Trump
a
won't
secret.
say, "Oh, I have a plan. I
Right.
have a surprise."
Right, and
Trust me.
I'm not telling anybody.
Well, yeah, I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's capable of delivering that. I think he's capable of simply just letting everything
Blaring
fly
it out. Yep,
and
yep.
see what happens.
That's
and
right.
nobody. And we can sit like we're making fun of and saying, what he says, go grab life by the pussy, whatever. But he says it, and it becomes news, and people, look at him. So he knows he's working with it, and he's going for it.
Yep, yep,
So
yep.
I can't fault him for that.
He knows how to get the audience.
But as a person in the country, a gay person, I mean, that kind of thing,
That's
you start
threatening.
thinking about all
That's
of your.
very threatening.
You do go in your head to that place. Maybe we'll all be gathered up and put, But that
just
happened
want you to
every
know-
election for me,
Dwayne, if you ever want to get married, I'll marry no matter what.
Well, see, I never wanted to get
I'm
married.
a minister. I can take care of it.
Never
yeah, but will
wanted
it be
to get
legal?
married.
Of course, it'll be legal.
It should be, but I'm
Right
saying
now
they'd like
it's
to
legal,
reverse
I
that.
think.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if you have to get married now and then it'll be legal if it's going forward or what, but
You'll be grandfathered in, yeah.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Rodney has some breaking news.
Yes, well, according to the internet, which of course is always correct, Mike Pence's birth date is June 7th.
Gemini.
birthday.
Oh my
That's
God,
my
it's your
birthday.
birthday.
Is it?
June
So
7th.
two
June
Geminis.
7th.
That means there's 4 people running this country right
that
now.
don't know what
Wow.
they'll do.
Oh my
that
God.
are here or there.
Wow,
that are
Geminis.
up or down.
Yep.
1959. How does that work with?
Wow.
I'm 59. He's younger than me.
He's age 57.
I'm 50, 1950.
I can't believe Reince Priebus is only 4 years older than me. He looks like he's at least 20 years older than me.
Yes.
well, it's all
I
that,
hope.
it's all that stress.
I hope I'm not in denial.
It's all that stress. If you were in charge of the Republican Party, you'd be pretty stressed
Oh,
out,
I know.
too.
Believe me, that's why I never went to that kind of thing.
I
You know,
can't.
it's-
Talking about him, could you imagine what he was going through when Trump was on his rampage through all the election stuff? Man,
Priebus?
Yeah, Priebus.
Yeah.
Was
It was
definitely
kind of
pulling
funny.
the hair out of
I
his
mean,
head.
it was interesting, in my opinion, to watch the entertaining aspect of all the Republicans trying to figure out what the hell to do.
Exactly.
Because their own guy is going crazy.
and they have no idea
That was
what
the
to
best
do.
part of it,
They
in my
have
opinion.
no way of reining him in.
Yeah,
They,
they
didn't
just
know what
can't.
to do. They put scripts in front of him, and he started with them, and then he just went off on his own.
And isn't it funny? I think it's interesting, the parallel between him and Ronald Reagan. And that's why one of the bright spots I'm hoping that could come from all this craziness is that we could, I don't know how bright the 80s was for some people, but the 80s, was a pretty crazy time. And it was because of Reagan, and it was because of all these things happening. And, it seems like...
But he was tame compared to Trump.
Oh, yeah, but he was on TV. Everybody knew him.
Yeah.
from TV and
Right.
from movies and stuff.
Right, right.
Then he
That's true.
became a politician in California. And then I think, this is what I think is the parallel between him and Trump. I think the Republican people gathered around both Reagan and Trump and said, you be the front guy. We'll tell you what you need to do. We'll give you all the right information and make you choices, but we'll help you make these choices. And you just get out there and be the front man, because we don't have a lot of people that have a lot of big personalities and they get...
Oh, well, no doubt.
Right?
Reagan?
And then-
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Dick Cheney was running the country during that period.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Reagan was just a mouthpiece.
Dick Cheney. Where was he?
Dick Cheney was the guy running the country during that period.
A lot of people were. And they were guiding Reagan, I
I
think.
thought he was doing towards.
I mean, not that
Cheney
any of
was
us
there
know.
too. Reagan
Yeah, Bush.
administration. He was there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cheney. I think he was.
Cheney's been running the country for decades.
I think Cheney was in charge of the Department of Defense, I believe, at that time.
In the 80s?
Yeah.
Wolfson?
I don't remember.
No,
exactly.
he,
I don't
he
remember.
was in.
But it's
The other
it's- Trump was a
Bush.
Democrat, and I think Reagan in his early years was a Democrat, and they later became
Yeah,
Republicans.
that's another parallel. And the funny thing is because that also creates some whispering down the lane, because that's what we have, 5,000 different outcomes that it could be. So one of them was maybe he was an undercover Democrat getting into office under the guise of a Republican.
Right. Well, that's
And
the
now
conspiracy.
that he's not doing the
Not doing a few things.
Obamacare and the wall, that's actually funny because it could,
And he's not prosecuting Hillary.
That's,
and he's
that's
not-
the latest one. Yeah.
That's the one thing I couldn't believe. I thought he will definitely do that.
How are his fans going to live with that?
I don't understand.
I think
if they're upset, I wonder if
think
they're
they
upset.
they had a little light bulb went off and said, look at what the country is in now, what shape they're in now.
Yeah.
Everybody's like this way. You do that, and it's going to be even further. More people.
I wish we could talk to somebody. Someone should call in who doesn't feel, or they voted for Trump, but they feel now that he's going back on them in these 3 different ways. I think that would be so great, right?
Yeah.
To find out what they think.
I don't think he ever intended to go after Clinton.
Well,
I think
that was
he
all
just-
rhetoric, I
I
think.
think he
Yeah,
just
yeah,
said
yeah,
it to
yeah.
get headlines.
He'll say whatever he has to get elected.
It's what, only 2 weeks since the election? It's not like he went to his new attorney general. Okay, look at this. Can we build this legal case? And the attorney general goes, no, there's no laws against this. It was like, it's a political decision.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I got my headlines. I got my attention. I sold lots of T-shirts. All right, let's drop it. Let's
Lot of
move
hats.
on.
A lot of hats.
A lot of hats.
I never understood the whole email thing, because if there was anything remotely bad in those emails, it would have come out by now. I mean,
Right.
the FBI has been looking through them. So.
And that's another he dropped the case because there's really nothing to get her on
There's
with
nothing
that.
there.
So
Exactly.
it would just be a waste of time and effort.
It's crazy.
Nothing there to begin
So,
with.
what about the electoral college, Dwayne? Should we get rid of it?
I think it should stay, but I think it should be reworked to make. When it was created, it was for a time when there was less people in certain areas. There were less population in general, and no way of communicating with each other other than phone and letters.
Well, women didn't have the vote.
Yeah, so many different.
Black
things.
people were only 3/5 of a person.
Right.
So
if we did it by numbers, if we look at how many people are in each state and then average out what would make it even if each of them was the exact same amount of people, and then do the electoral
But then you don't
college
need it.
numbers.
In other words, this majority rule. Like, Hillary had 1.5 million more votes so far than Trump.
Right.
If the electoral college reflects exactly the population, then there's no
Right.
point in having it. It's just have an open election.
Well, no, I mean it
The
would
whole point of
reflect-
it is to skew it to protect groups, areas where they have less population.
Right. So if they go to those, or if they take those areas into account the same way, but now taking into account the way life is now and the people that are there. So I guess you would do a popular vote.
So take
to
a
get
IQ
this
test.
figured out. Yeah, maybe that too.
So,
That wouldn't
like
hurt.
Arkansas would only get 1/3 the amount of electoral votes as
You never know how
Idaho.
the psychological tests
maybe we
could
should
turn out.
change the whole election to like a televised talent show, and everybody votes by phone.
Oh, that would
How
be
about
cool.
Gladiator? You got Hillary and
There
Trump
you
out
got
there, and they just try to
Gladiator.
kill each other. And
Text
whoever
the vote.
wins becomes president.
Text the vote could be the big thing.
You could
Could
give them
happen.
different weapons of destruction.
The way the election coverage was, God knows what it's going to look like 4 years from now.
And now the protesters, I don't understand if they think it's going to change, like if it's going to, there's somebody going to overturn. They should have their own vote and see who really.
I think these people are just angry, and they don't know what else to do.
Yeah, well, some people are saying that some of them didn't even vote, but how do you know that if you didn't poll the protesters?
I'm sure some of them didn't vote, but it's...
California is going to become part of Canada, I've heard.
Really?
Yeah, they're thinking about it.
Really?
It's going to be like a peninsula. They're going to join with Washington.
Yeah, I've seen maps that show that
Oregon.
Canada comes down and it comes down.
1 year
Washington
later, the big
Oregon.
earthquake comes and breaks it off.
Yeah. The only problem is that Colorado and New Mexico are stranded in the red state.
Yeah.
But then, the coasts, they all go up to Canada. They all become part of Canada.
Isn't that wild how the coasts are all blue?
Yep.
And everything's
Well, what's
red?
really
Except
interesting
for,
is...
Vermont? No, New Hampshire, right? Went for Trump.
I mean, if you look at the election outcome, it's almost exclusively urban versus rural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With like suburbs kind of here and there, this way and that. But it's really remarkable how both parties have geographically split. And how, I mean, there used to be Democrats in rural areas, weren't there? I mean, it's almost
Texas
like
was Democrat until like the mid-'70s.
I mean,
it was
it's
a guaranteed
really,
Democratic vote.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know
that's
that
really
either.
pretty remarkable.
Lyndon Johnson, I mean,
Wow.
yeah.
Well, that makes sense because that's when I think the parties started to work in different areas and start to break off into these subparts. I think that's just human nature.
And
people
another,
are like, I can do it better.
And I think another part of it is increasingly it's easy for us to move. And if we have a choice of where we want to move to, do we want to live in a place where politically it kind of matches our beliefs?
Yeah, I think so.
Or so, I mean, if we're going to move, we have the ability, whether because of the internet or because of your job, whatever. I mean, why wouldn't you not want to live with people who you agree with? So geographically, maybe ideologically, we're separating ourselves.
Well, they said economically, the people in the Midwest were at the same level, and not necessarily racism, not necessarily bigotry and all this stuff, but the fact that their pockets were being hurt, and they were down in the dumps, and Trump was saying, I can save you.
Trust me, and I'll take care of it.
I'll take care of it. So it really wasn't a lot of those other issues. It was just the main, I got to live.
Pocketbook.
I got to put money. I got to put food on the table.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what he was promising.
Yeah.
So,
Right, but he can't deliver
I mean,
on that.
Hillary
That's
was saying the
unfortunately.
same thing, but he was more like definite.
Right.
He was more positive about it. Like,
Yeah.
it's a done deal.
It's more black and white.
Put me in there. It's a done deal.
Right. Well, we'll see.
I can
I
save
don't
you.
think it's going to
be
happen.
so interesting.
The second Christ coming.
Back in the day, West Virginia was very pro-union because all the coal miners were
Right.
unions, and now it's completely switched the opposite
That's
way.
right. It's economics.
Yeah, and see, all those changes over the years
Economics.
don't
How
reflect
much time we
the-
got left, buddy?
We got about 3 minutes.
Donna Palooka time check.
Donna Palooka Chai. 3 minutes. And really, if you got something to say about where you're doing, what you're doing, how's it going? I know
I'm
you've
doing
got so
all
many-
private shows, so nobody can come see me anywhere.
Okay,
that
that's
right?
enough.
I thought you had something at the
let-
mansion going down.
Yeah, no, I did. We were gonna do that, and then they called me about 4 days or 5 days before. Said, "Oh, we booked a party for that room. Can we postpone it till another night?" And I'd already done all this marketing and stuff. And I said, "I think this might be a bad time to start something because of the holidays, and you're gonna get a lot of these parties. They just opened up.
Yes,
so
they just came new
it's
hands,
A friend
yeah.
of mine from high school, and he's a great guy.
Oh, okay.
And I really want to do a show there, but I just felt like not good timing right now. So we talked about in the
Right.
spring.
It's a beautiful
And there's an
venue,
outside
right?
air. Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, beautiful building.
And they
Yeah.
redid everything.
It's the mansion in New Hope. It's right on Main Street.
Yeah, right next
near
to
the
Love Saves
the
the
Free
Day.
Bridge. If anybody
Yeah.
knows.
And
Beautiful building.
And if anybody's looking for any remodeling services, you got to check out remodelingconcepts.net.
Yeah,
We're all
absolutely.
over Bucks County.
The phone number?
And 215-343-5557. Basements, kitchens, siding, roofing, everything you could imagine. And it's really, really great people work there. We have a lot of good fun there. So, but I'm
Absolutely.
doing a lot of private shows coming up, and I am doing this thing. Your closet gay. And I'm all booked up already, believe it or not. Take people shopping and figure out what to wear for parties and stuff like that. Men, women, whatever. They like to do it kind of privately because they don't like to be seen doing it. So I'm not posting a lot of pictures of it or anything. But it's really great. It's really fun.
What is this though? What is it?
It's
a show or
no. It's
you're
a private.
taking people out
I
shopping.
decided to do this.
You used
a
to do
couple
that with
months ago.
Mandy, didn't you? You did shopping videos.
Yeah, we did a video, and I did a lot of
bunch of them.
styling for like photo shoots and
yeah.
things like that. And
Right.
so I thought this is great because some people just have no idea what to wear,
Right.
for
Yeah,
anything.
me, for
they don't know
example.
what
Me
makes
too.
them look good. They don't
Whatever's
know
in the closet.
Yeah.
that's what's going on.
But if you can pick out, everything you need to do over the next 6 months, right, and have it ready to go, you know what
Right.
it is, and let that part of your worry system go,
Yeah.
it's so nice. So
well, this is so nice. This is wonderful.
Yeah,
thank
you for having
I
me.
hope you'll come back.
absolutely.
Anytime, you're always
Rob?
welcome here.
Yeah, well, now that I'm not doing all these shows this holiday season, like a regular show, thank God, it would be fun to come back and do some. Well, maybe we should do some millennial attracting.
Sure, we do some special show.
Yeah. Let's do a special
Let's do a
late night
special,
rated
Dwayne
R
show.
That's Dwayne. I like it.
with unattractive naked people.
Toga.
If you're ugly and you would like to take your clothes off, check us out.
Come to the show.
Absolutely. On that very note,
Speaking of unattractive
Happy
naked
Thanksgiving, everybody.
happy Thanksgiving. We are out of here. Peace.
people. Bye, Vinny.
Enjoy this life. It's a wonderful life. And give thanks.
Grab it by the.
The smiling faces